Welcome to Jacksonville, Florida, and the annual site of one of the best rivalries in the sport. Not a lot of distance between the Gators and the Dogs, and once a year they come here close to the state line and draw their own battle lines. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Gators will kick it off to get us underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Evans. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the offense on first down. A quick pass to the left. And he goes down after making the grab. Picks up a few, but still short of the first down. Last time these two met, the Big Dogs ate as Georgia rolled easily.
And taking care of business in a rivalry game like they did, it means a lot. The bragging rights are even better. I can talk about stomping you out. Speaking of stomp, 2007, Mark Richt getting the team to run on the field, celebrate. Those are the moments that you think about in this series that mean so much.
Yeah, we talked to the Gator coaching staff. They said it felt like Herschel Walker was back toting the rock for the Bulldogs. I mean, they had no answer for Georgia's running game a season ago. Defensively, the Gators know they've got to be a lot more physical in this one.
And the Dogs hunkering down to pick up a first down on the ground.
And you can hear the sound of Larry Munson. Run the dang ball. That's what they've always built this program on, is running the football, physical running backs. That's what Georgia does.
Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Comes out throwing on first down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Georgia. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. After the incompletion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic. Picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And wings it incomplete. David, as a Georgia legend, when I say Florida, man, what comes to mind?
Ugh. I mean, that's the easiest question you've asked me yet. I mean, there's nothing that I ever liked or enjoyed about the Florida Gators. Just playing in that rivalry, you know, it's not a neutral site. It's in Jacksonville, Florida. Like, that's not neutral. It's way closer to Florida. It's way closer to Florida fans. But this rivalry, I'm telling you, every single year, that was number one thing you wanted to do.
That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18. SEC versus the Big Ten. They competed everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands, what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball's incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. This is why quarterbacks get the biggest NIL deals, because they're supposed to make something out of nothing.
You know what? If he took some of that NIL money, Reese, and spent it on more linemen, maybe he has more protection and more time to go through his progressions.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Complete downfield. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10. Quarterback checking off. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Fires toward the end zone. And he intercepts it. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
To throw, it's Rashada. He's right on target. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. But man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, it's two programs, obviously, with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past. And I feel like because of the recent success of both Georgia and Florida in the last couple of decades, this is a game every year that everybody, not just in the SEC, but I think around the country, have circled because of what this game means.
Well, and it's so cool when you're a fan and you've played in this game like me and Jesse both have. You can go back to a singular moment like Run, Lindsey, Run in 1980, which was a 3rd and long on their own 7 that they converted Georgia to go on to win a national title. Big games decided by big moments that live forever.
The Dogs are marching down the field. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Looking to pass on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Etienne.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game. But when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Defense in press coverage. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. He tries to take the top off. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Quarterback will audible. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Coming after it. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Georgia 10, Florida 0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Gators will bring the punt team onto the field.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Looking to throw, it's Rashada. The freshman quarterback very fortunate for that one to fall incomplete.
And this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And for the 2nd time, they'll go for the field goal. The first one was good, and they'll try from 42. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is even bigger. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. It's no surprise at all to find a Georgia defensive lineman wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Yeah, I find those big, physical, aggressive dudes that can be physical enough to play the run in the SEC and then pin your ears back and go get quarterbacks. Georgia does that and finds those guys really, really often.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He's got it. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Wilson. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. The Gators racing to the line in a hurry up.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
Looking to move it through the air. Finds his big tight end. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback checking the play. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his 1st sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on 1st down. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Makes the grab. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. The Gators look to do some damage in the red zone. Going up top on 1st down. Quarterback moving. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy, because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Turns it loose. Makes the grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Florida.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement. And listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Kansas is getting dominated today, and you know, the folks in Lawrence deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker. They're trailing by 16 to Kansas State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Grabbed in the backfield. It's ETN.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
On second down, wants to throw. Quick completion on the out. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. He's going for a big play downfield. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all three phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had success, we got this going the right way. Now I don't need to change anything. Go back to your go-to plays. That's now got you some momentum back in your favor.
Just inside the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 39. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the right. It's complete. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 20. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Quarterback extends the play. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
The defense has been all over this quarterback all game long. It's almost as if they know where he's going to throw. That now, the 3rd interception he's thrown.
Defense dropping into soft coverage. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
It's caught downfield. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. No matter where they are on the field, they'll go for those chunk plays, and they got one that has them set up 1st and 10 at the 42. Looking downfield, it's Rashada. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they made the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. to the air on first down. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Just enough time for one final play of the half. He's going to pass on second down. He lobs one high down the left side. And it's picked off for the fourth time today. Takes it the other way. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's looking for a man on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds a man on the left. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. The Gators will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Now adjusting. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He'll just keep slinging it. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. Man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
It is good. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll bring it out. It's Evans. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the roar of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment.
Throws toward the end zone. And they will score. Touchdown, Dogs! They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollock, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the honey badger before the honey badger, but playing D-line. All time.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Holds it in. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And they needed an inch, and they didn't get it. This defense gives up nothing, and you'll like it.
Timeout, Georgia.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here.
Number 19,
And the Gators send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the returner will be dragged down.
at the 26, and the Georgia offense will take over 1st and 10.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Georgia going up tempo. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got it inside the 25. Speeding down the left side. Into the end zone unimpeded, except for that piece of laundry on the field. This might be coming back. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kansas is getting dominated today, and, you know, the folks in Lawrence deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker. They're trailing by 29 to Kansas State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He'll start this drive firing, trying to get to it. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Touchdown, Bulldogs! How about that D coming up with a play like that? They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
And that defensive touchdown all started with getting pressure on the quarterback. It was the hit on the QB that forced the errant throw. That was an easy interception and an easy pick 6.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Looking for room, it's Daniels. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one.